Hey guys, so today I am going to demonstrate some swaddling techniques that we have used. We started swaddling pretty much right in the beginning since he was here. On his first night in the hospital, the nurse came in, as she does, and she had noticed he wasn't swaddled and he was being really fussy. We weren't getting any sleep, and so she broke out a swaddling blanket that they give you in the hospital, and she did it right in front of me, and it was super easy, and it calmed him right away, which was really cool, and I loved doing it. It was fun for me. I loved having a way that I could calm him as well. Now there are a lot of different products that you can use to swaddle, such as like swaddling specific blankets. There's the Miracle blanket, Swaddle Me blanket. There's also one called the Wombie. We actually just use receiving blankets because they're super thin, which is really important, which I'll tell you about a little bit later. And we have a ton of them. It also helps if they're square for the actual folding, since there is sort of like a technique. So I'm going to show you guys one technique of swaddling that worked really, really well for us. Okay, so you have your receiving blanket. This one is blue, it's got stars on it, and it's square, so that's a good thing to know. And the first thing you're going to do is you're actually going to fold one corner down to make it flat, just like that. And then you're going to lay it down. Oops, got him. And Oliver spit out his binky, so he's ready to be swaddled, aren't you, buddy? All right. I'm going to lay the baby right on the top. You want to make sure that you have a lot of room between the top of the blanket and their neck, because you never want to be swaddling in front of their face or behind their head. That's really important to know. Okay, I know, boy. I know, it's okay. So the first thing you do is you pin down their right arm to their side, and you're gonna move this side over, and then you want to tuck it behind them, right behind his butt, nice and tight, not too tight. Make sure that there's still wiggle room. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the bottom of the blanket and you're gonna put that up. And then I also like to tuck a little bit on the right side as well, but this is pretty loose, as you can tell. It's not like super tight because it's just brought up. And then the final step is you're gonna bring in this arm and you're gonna take this other side and you're gonna just wrap it right over. Make sure that it stays clear of his lips and mouth and face. And then you're gonna wrap it on this bottom side, on the other side. You're just gonna tuck it in so it's nice and tight. So as you can tell, there's lots of room between the top of the blanket and his chest and his neck, so it's gonna be super safe. Now, some pros about swaddling. Obviously the number one thing is it keeps your baby calm. It can promote new sleep patterns and prevent them from actually scratching their face because their arms are pinned down. It stops loose blankets from covering their face, which is important because you don't want blankets over their face while they're sleeping. And it makes a baby just feel like they're held. Even if I'm not holding him, I can lay him down and he feels a lot more comfortable. As you can tell, he's even a lot quieter since he's been held and he doesn't have his binky in. Another thing that's really important is it actually makes them sort of feel like they're in utero again. You know, when a newborn baby is just born, they're taken out of this super warm, squishy, tight environment where they're really comfortable, and they're brought into this world where they can move their arms and legs and breathe and move everything, and it's a big change. And so putting them in something like a tight swaddle is a lot more comforting for them, and it's gonna make them feel, you know, sort of like they're at home and at peace again. So some things you want to remember actually while you're swaddling. There's some things that you need to know. Like I said earlier, you never want to swaddle over a baby's head or near their face. Keep a good amount of room, just like I have here. Another thing is you never want to swaddle a baby who is ill or has a fever due to temperature. In regards to that, you want to make sure that they don't overheat. So normally swaddling without clothes on is a good idea. You need to use thin blankets like these receiving blankets also to make sure that they don't overheat. These are nice and thin and airy, and they're 100% cotton. One thing you also need to know is you need to stop swaddling after a baby has learned to roll over. And you always want to make sure to never swaddle too tight. Make sure that your baby's not turning into a little tomato or getting red in the face or purple or having trouble breathing. He's breathing just fine. I can put 2 fingers in here and I know that there's a lot of wiggle room. Okay, now to wrap up, no pun intended, swaddling is just something that you're gonna have to decide as a new parent if it's something you wanna do. Our routine for a long time is he would wake up, Missy would feed him, and then I would change his diaper, swaddle him, and put him back to sleep. Swaddling just helped to really calm him, and he sort of understood it as, okay, now I'm going to sleep now. And I mean, look, he looks like a little burrito. He looks like a little baby burrito. I always joked that he's a baby burrito with extra guac because of the poo. So anyway, that's it for this video. Leave in the comments below your swaddling techniques. maybe some other ways that you did it, or if it worked for you or not. Like this video if you did. Be sure to subscribe to my Hot Wife's channel, and she will see you guys in her next video. Bye.
Hey guys, so welcome to the 3rd week of All About Ollie. Ollie is now 3 weeks old. He is just doing awesome. I'm definitely just starting to kind of figure out who he is as him, like his personality and the things he likes and doesn't like, and it's just so much fun, like just starting to like get to know your little boy.